Hey guys, Bill here. I'm back. How are we doing today? Well, today is the day that I get to put the Suzuki back together. Got my piston, got my cylinder back, so the top end's ready to go back on it, and hopefully we'll hear that thing run today. So, without talking about it, let's just go ahead and get started on it here. So, all right, here it is. This is where we left off on the engine, on the transmission and engine. All this is going to be put back together when it's on the bike. Got my new piston. It is a, what do they call it, a Forsetti. Got it off eBay. I'm assuming it's just a cast piston. It looks like it, but that's okay. This bike isn't. You know, this was about half the price of the Wiseco, so hopefully it'll be okay. This bike's probably not going to get a whole lot of riding done. It's just going to be kind of, yeah, with me anyway. I don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to do with it. But the cylinder looks good. Nice crosshatch in there. I tried to get this clean. That's just pretty much just staining, you know, without bead blasting it. I mean, I got the ports pretty good. Intake is pretty good, so that's good enough for me. Get you set up here, and we'll get this piston. The guy that bored it, he already checked the ring gap and everything, but I'll just double check it. I'm sure it's fine. All right, we'll put a little bit of oil in here before I slide those rings down in there. So one side of them, there's a 100 on one side. Well, I'm assuming that stands for 1 over. The other side has nothing, so I'm assuming that's going to go up. Looks like we got about 4 thousandths, so I'm guessing that's probably around where it should be. So that one's, let's see. That one's 3,000. We're gonna roll with that. All right, let's get this put together. Got our wrist pin on this side, arrow pointing forward, or not our clip, not our wrist pin, duh. I probably need to put my rings on, otherwise it's probably not gonna work out too well if I don't. Hopefully that buzzing isn't interfering too much. I got that washer going over there washing my head bolts, trying to clean those up. So hopefully you can hear me. All right, let's see if we can try this again here. There we go. There. All right, our wrist pin. Or, I keep calling it a wrist pin. It's a keeper. All right, that's that. Okay, so our hole is clear here. There it is. All right, that's that. We're going to wait for our bolts to come out, then we'll get that head put on it. Then we can call this done. Well, besides putting it in the bike. So I'm gonna check my oiling port here, make sure it's clear. Let's put some air in it here. Oh yeah, we're good. Just double, it's good idea just to double check, make sure that you don't have an obstruction there, otherwise that wouldn't be good. Head bolts just came out of the ultrasonic cleaner. I think they look pretty good. I'm gonna hit them with a wire wheel just to clean them up a little bit better, but those things were just caked in grease. So we'll clean them up a little, just. All right, so got my bolts cleaned up. They actually turned out decent. Grab my head here. Already cleaned that up. So the head gasket on there. Let's see. Okay. I'll put a little oil on my bolts here. Down in here. First off, we'll go to 10. So I'm reading, and since I don't have a manual, of course I go Google it, and it's supposed to be 20, around 20-ish. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 20. All right, there it is. There we go. Now I can take this over and set it in the bike. That's nice and smooth. Rod piston's nice and smooth. All right. All right, we got the engine put back in it. Got oil in the tank. So let's see if we can bleed that. I'm not seeing much oil running down through that line, if any. Let's see if we can, maybe I need to open that bleeder up down there, down here. Open this up and let it set, see if we can get some oil coming down through there. All right, it's starting to run. I didn't have an air filter, so I just got me a cheap little filter pod just for now. So I figure out what I'm going to do with the bike. You know, I might try and find me an air box, an original air box for it. This bike didn't have a carburetor. It didn't have an air box on it when I got it. So anyway, there's that. All right, guys, there it is. Got it all put back together. So I'm pretty much ready to put fuel in it and fire it. I had an issue with my Kickstarter. It wasn't back, so I ended up having to take the cut case off of it, and figured out I had my spring in the wrong spot. So, but I got that taken care of. All right, guys, there it is, all put back together. I actually got it running. I forgot to record that, but and it fired pretty quick. So it started, I ran it for a while, and I noticed it was blowing smoke out around here, like the head gasket wasn't sealing. So I had to deal with that. And what it turned out being is, when I put the head bolts in, I forgot to put the washers on it. and it went down too far and it tightened down against the stud. So I pulled that back out, put washers on it, and it sealed it back up. So I ended up having to do that, but it runs really good. I haven't started it yet this morning. It's the next day. So, all right, we got her down on the floor. I noticed it looks like my petcock might be leaking a little bit. So I'll have to address that, but let's see. Yeah, that carburetor has a little bit of gas around the bottom of it too. Put you over here. We can at least start it. Well, there you have it, back together. It runs good. I rode it around the yard yesterday for probably about a half hour. And yeah, I went through all the gears as best as I could because I don't have a lot of space, but I think she's going to be a good little bike. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, if I'm going to sell it or if I'm going to fix it up. It's pretty much fixed up, unless you wanted to go, person wanted to go all out and just restore it. And this would be a good candidate to restore, because there's not a lot of rust. It's just cleaning up and repaint. It'd be basically cosmetics. So yeah, if somebody might be interested in it, I'd probably sell it and find something else to fund another project. Or if you want to see it restored, I might just go ahead and do that, or I might just leave it alone. I'm open for suggestions, so like, subscribe, all that stuff. And thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.